Welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since my last video. I've had a few new changes coming up career path wise and directional of where I'm looking to move forward from. So for about 2 years now I've been working for myself as a carpenter, contract carpenter, direct to the public, which has been absolutely unreal. And recently I've been doing some day-to-day videos, vlogs, and taking you along the ride of my day-to-day experiences, and then with future goals of the channel of renovating this place here, my old Queenslander. But my overall goal is always to become a builder. There's a couple of things I've got to tick off to become one, and first is complete your Cert 4 in building and construction, and the second is you've got to have 2 years experience as a site supervisor. So for the first requirement for the Cert 4 in building and construction, at the time of the recording of this video, I'm about 3 months away from completing that. So that's pretty much nearly all ticked off, doing that through Master Builders on the weekends, which has been good. But at this stage, I have zero experience as a site supervisor. So to gain those 2 years of site supervision experience, there's two ways you can go about it. The obvious one is go work for under a builder and supervise their company. The second way to get your 2 years of experience as a site supervisor is to keep running your own company. Get someone with a builder's license. They nominate their license in your own company. You supervise your own company, and then you do your 2 years of site supervision under your own company. And then after those 2 years, then you can apply for your own license. So that was a path that I was hoping to pursue, where I could just use someone else's license in my own company. That way I wouldn't have to close up shop. I can keep doing what I've been doing and it'll be all sweet. And then after that 2 years, I can just then use my own license in my own company, and the nominee would not be needed anymore. So I thought that pathway was going to be all sweet, no worries, just grab someone in, use their license for my own company, but it ended up having a few more hurdles than I was expecting. One of them was that the nominee can't be using their license in another business already, which is kind of a bit obvious, but then that already just cuts down my number of applicants that I could use for my own company as a nominee. So the next thing is, if I did find a nominee, then they would actually have to work full-time for my own company under my company. So again, that comes with some hurdles and stuff like that, because I'd understand that guys might not want to have another full-time job due to tax reasons and stuff. So again, that brings your application pool down. So then even if I actually did find someone, all well and good, found an applicant, I'm using their license under my company, then the next tricky part is I have to get real specific 2 years of experience of site supervision. Now it's 24 months in total. So that means if I have a job and the job stops and then I don't actually get any actual supervision in, then that doesn't count towards the 2 years. So as you could understand, that could end up being a 2, 3, 4, 5 year task just to make sure that I get all my supervision done. Now some of these activities include that I'd have to site supervise as fire separation walls, bushfire methodologies, footings and slabs, preps, supervising that, supervising other trades. I'll chuck up a list here of everything that is required. And then after all that as well, I also have to do a whole new build. So as you can see, that could take a long time for me personally under my own company to make sure that I tick all those off. And then in that time, I'd have to have that nominee in my company as a full-time employee. So it's just getting all a little bit tricky. So I pretty much come to terms that to find a nominee to keep my company running is pretty much very small chance of being successful and really working out. So I was hoping that I could just keep working for myself, but it's not exactly what I'm going to be able to do. It's just going to be a bit hard, and it is what it is. All I want to do is be a builder. So I'm going to close up shop, go work for someone. It is what it is, and if that's what it takes to get to where I want to be, then I'm 100% in. I'm not going to back out of that. So now it's definitely not all bad. Pretty stoked when I do get a job and start working for someone, I'm going to have a steady income again, because as you know, working for yourself, sometimes it's months at a time before I even get any little trickle of coin coming back into the bank account. So that's a great bonus. Another great thing is that I'm going to actually go work for an established builder, and I'm going to learn a lot, which is the whole reason why they want you to have 2 years of experience as a site supervisor before you go out and do it yourself, because otherwise you're just not going to last if you're just not too sure where to go. So totally understand where they're coming from, where you need this experience, and happy to jump right into it. So the good news is I've got a job lined up with a builder as a site supervisor. He predominantly does renovations and insurance work, which is a space that I want to stay in. So what does this all mean for this channel here? So I've always wanted to do YouTube content about building and construction here in Australia. And I did those 42 days in a row of vlogs, and I use that kind of as training for my filming and editing. Now I've stopped doing that because the day after my last post was when I realised that I want to change pathways and have to go look for a site supervisor so I can get my experience to become a builder. And then since then I've dropped back and started working with my mate Connor on one of his big projects. Now, back when I was doing those vlogs, I was doing it on my time and my jobs, and I was happy to set up the camera, explain what I'm doing. But now that I'm working on his projects, I want to make sure that I'm working as hard as I can for him while I'm on site all the time. So that means I've stopped doing my vlogs and stuff like that, but I haven't given up on the YouTube dream. I'm going to be jumping right into the renovation here of my place, which I'm super excited about. Alyssa and I aren't exactly there financially yet, but we're not too far off, I reckon a few months. But I've got some plans for some other videos that I'm going to get stuck into, and I'm excited about, because before, when I was doing my vlogs, I was doing them daily, and I wasn't really putting out exactly what I think was my best work, just because of time constraint, and I was just pumping them out. But now I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the experience and take my time with every video and really try and chuck as much information in there too, and edit them well, and really enjoy the time. And then when it will come to actually renovating here, it will be a pretty slow process, because I'll be working full-time, pretty much going to be a full-time weekend venture, and at the same time save up some money. But it's all going to be fun and real good experience, and can't wait to take you along for the ride. But yeah, I hope I've updated you with everything, where I've been, where the future is of the channel and stuff like that. And I'll be uploading this one, and not long after this one I'm going to upload another little video that I've done. And but yeah, I'll catch you on the next one.